What's going on, guys? It is Board Games to Broadway here. Oh, and I am here to give you my review of The Little Mermaid live animated cartoon spectacular 30th anniversary, whatever you want to call it. I'm here to try some new things on my channel, and we'll expand on the Broadway and Board Games to Broadway a little bit. So I'd like to start with this review. Now, I have to say, to start, I was very excited about this. My wife was too. We've been getting ready for this thing for the last few weeks, really, since they've been promoting it on ABC. And so we were pretty excited. We turned it on at 7, and I have to say, to start with, I was really excited because Fathoms Below was actually really good. Um, the sailors were awesome. I enjoyed Eric in the first scene. Grimsby was black. What? That was amazing. And I love that they didn't even address it in the movie, just like Ursula. That was great. But anyway, so that they sounded great. It was a big spectacle to start with. The entire stage was a boat, and I thought that was amazing. Then we go transition into the cartoon. I thought the transition was great. Him holding the fish and then throwing the fish into the water, and then it instantly becomes the fish from the beginning of the movie. Now, keep in mind, I am a huge Little Mermaid fan. I have been honored to do this show 3 different times myself, and it was one of my favorite movies growing up because of Sebastian specifically. He was a lot of the personality traits that I wish that I had, and that I still sometimes wish I do have. He was a just just an amazing character, fun, passionate, caring, fatherly, and just I can't even almost can't even put it into words. So I've always loved Little Mermaid. I've even played Sebastian before on stage. And so I was really, really, really excited for this. So we got to Daughters of Triton next. Amber Riley came out and sang for all of the daughters. The daughters were sitting on rocks, and she sang as the narrator for each one of them. I thought it was an interesting change. I wasn't in love with it, but I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay. It was fine. She is amazing. So Amber Riley doing anything, I'm in. So cool, that's fine. The sisters ended up harmonizing with her as she sang at the end. So at least they got a little cameo in there as well, and they look beautiful on the rocks up there. Great. Then we keep going. We watched the movie for a while, and another thing I want to mention here is it was from what I read, it was kind of going to be like 50-50. Like a lot of it was going to be live, and a lot of it was going to be movie. But tonight, my wife commented, and she said it's definitely more like 75% movie and like 20 to 25% live. But anyway, interesting. Okay, so we get to Part of Your World is the next live number, and the girl who played Moana comes on stage. I was like, oh, well, that's cool. It's cool to see her like in person and not as a cartoon. That's amazing. Oh my god, she actually looks kind of like her cartoon. Oh my gosh, she's a beautiful little girl. Her wig is off. Ooh, ooh, but hey, I'm still ready. I'm still excited. And then she starts singing, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. She just sounds like she's tired. Like they've been rehearsing this for maybe a couple weeks, and it's worn her down. Which is fine. I get that. Everybody has days like that. I just hate for her that it was the day that it was live or live or whatever you were calling it. But still, she was fine. I thought she still was good. I didn't think she was bad at all. But they go to pick her up so she can swim. And when I tell you she goes face first like she is a wrecking ball in the Miley Cyrus video, flying through a wall, I was not ready. I don't think she was, because you could see the look on her face like, oh, and the flight crew quickly adjusted her up. And I was like, oh, we're going to be in for a long night. But, they managed to get her across the stage, across the audience, to the second rock platform, and they laid her down sideways next to a puppet flounder. Why didn't you cast a flounder? How are you going to do Little Mermaid live and not have a flounder? Oh, wait. And not have a scuttle? Oh, wait. And not have a triton? What? What are you doing? What is this? You were missing 3 of the essential characters in the show, but you're calling it Little Mermaid still. How? What? Okay, all right. Anyway, sorry. So she lands on the rock next to Puppet Flounder. Another story for another day. Flounder literally has had a facelift or something with all the plastic that was showing on him. But anyway, so they finished that scene. And then we're playing around for a little bit, going through the movie again, until we get to, if my memory serves me correct, I believe Under the Sea was next. And this is one of the most frustrating things to me of the whole night. Okay, now I was a big fan of Shaggy growing up. It wasn't me, bombastic, telefantastic. He's my man. I loved Shaggy growing up. But why on earth was he Sebastian? First of all, he didn't even look like a crab. What was that he was wearing? He looked like Michael Jackson in Thriller. He looked like Eddie Murphy in Delirious. But you know what he didn't look like? He didn't look like a freaking crab. What is Sebastian? Oh, wait. A freaking crab. What? Okay. You don't even put claws on him. He has gloves with his fingers out. You don't even make up his face. His face is his normal black self. What? What are you doing? He's a crab. And the thing that bothered me the most about it was they get to the Chef Louis scene. I'm skipping ahead. I'm sorry. I'll go back. But they do Chef Louis scene, and he is not there at all, first of all, and that's the entire catalyst of it, is that Sebastian is there, and he's not there. Instead, they have another crab who flies like she's a freaking bird. What? When did crabs learn to fly across a stage for 2 minutes straight? What? And then, not only that, there were 8 other crabs in the scene. Has anybody watched the scene before that put this on tonight? Because that's not what it's supposed to be at all. Okay, all right, forget that. We'll go back to that later. So Sebastian comes out, starts doing Under the Sea. It sounded like he messed up one of the first verses. I don't know if he did or not. I was kind of following it pretty close because I've played Sebastian before. And my wife was talking to me as it was going on, so that kind of threw me off for a second because she thought he had messed up on something too. So I don't know if he did or not. I get it though. It's a live show. It's fine. But there was one thing that was pretty funny that happened because as he was singing, there were 2 orange fish that came up next to him. And either he was in the wrong place or they were, because they definitely hit him on both sides. And he was looking at them like, you know who I am? And they were looking at him like, I think you're in the wrong place, sir. Can you please move? Yeah, it was pretty funny. So Under the Sea, I have to say, was pretty disappointing. I did not like the changes that they made. I didn't like that Ariel all of a sudden sang half the song and then said, "Under the sea you later." What? Are you... That was my immediate reaction to that. What was that? Are you kidding me? I'm a dad. I'm a literal father. And I didn't like that dad joke. It was embarrassing. What? Are you kidding? Okay, anyway. So the song goes, and it just never really, to me, never really hits a climax. It never grows. Like, Shaggy is not a singer. That's what... I mean, if you have ever been a fan of Shaggy, he has never been a singer. He's a reggae artist, but he's not a singer. And tonight just reaffirmed what anybody who's seen him before knows. So I don't understand why he was even Sebastian. Why wasn't Amber Riley Sebastian? At the end of the show, they did Under the Sea again, and she sang it and sounded amazing. She was so good. And I was like, whoa. I turned to my wife and I said, are you kidding me? She should have been Sebastian. What? What is going on? Okay, but it's fine. I mean, it's over already. So anyway, they do that. He doesn't look like a crab at all. I am angry, but I get over it. And we go on to the next scene. I want to say the next scene because we're movie for a while, and then I think we go into Poor Unfortunate Souls. Now, Queen Latifah comes out, and she looks fantastic on the flight rig. Beautiful coming down with all the tentacles. It was great. And then when the rig, when they let her off the rig, all her tentacles were gone. Until I noticed that she still had a few attached to her dress. But I was like, well, that was a cool effect. But she is an octopus, so she needs to have tentacles. But anyway, so it was fine. She sounded good. I mean, honestly, I think this is probably like, I like her better in Hairspray than this. I liked her better in The Wiz than this as the Wizard. And if you haven't ever seen that, go see that. Because I thought she was great in both of those. I mean, I thought she was fine in this. I mean, her later on, she does a reprise of Poor Unfortunate Souls that I thought was really good. But this one was just kind of, I mean, it was good. I mean, I guess my thoughts of the whole thing kind of affected it. But anyway, she sings it. It sounds good. There are puppets for Flotsam and Jetsam, which actually look pretty good. They look like the movie, which were the only puppets to me that actually looked pretty good the whole night. Besides the jellyfish were a personal favorite of especially my daughter. She absolutely loved it when they were on stage. But anyway, so we do Poor Unfortunate Souls, and she goes on land. And then Prince Eric comes on stage, if I remember correctly, and he starts singing her voice. And I looked at my wife and I said, I don't know about you, because I haven't seen this movie in a few years, but I don't think that song is in the movie. So she goes and looks it up. No, it's not. And I was like, okay, so, and I've done the Broadway version on stage 2 different times. So I knew it was from the Broadway version, I just couldn't remember if it was in the movie. And so I said to her, why would you pick one of the most boring songs in the Broadway version and put it into Little Mermaid Live? Like, people are just supposed to all of a sudden love Prince Eric as he sings a boring song. Don't get me wrong. The guy who played Prince Eric was really good. I actually, I don't have his name off the top of my head, but he was really good. He's been in Riverdale. He's been in a few other things, and I've always enjoyed him. He's a good-looking kid. He was in 13 on Broadway, so he's definitely done some Broadway stuff before, and he sounded great. I mean, I really enjoyed his voice. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, why would you pick her voice as the song? Why wouldn't you pick a song like She's in Love? If you haven't listened to the Broadway soundtrack, listen to She's in Love right now and then come back to this video, because She's in Love is a money song. It's amazing. It's not boring like her voice. The tempo's way better, and it involves more cast members. You would have actually had a flounder, a real life flounder, not a plastic whatever that was. Okay, fine. He sings her voice. He sounds great, but nobody cares. And everybody's wondering what's going on because nobody knows the Broadway version well enough to be like, oh, that's such a cool song. And nobody likes that song in the Broadway version that's seen it enough to be like, oh, yeah, that's my favorite song from the Broadway version, because nobody likes that song. Okay, anyway, it's fine. It's whatever. It's cool. So we keep going. We do, I want to say, it's movie, and then we get to Kiss the Girl next, and Shaggy just is not a singer. It was just disappointing. I really, but the big thing that bothered me was this. Okay, so we're doing Kiss the Girl. I don't know if anybody who's watching this has seen this movie or not, but in the middle of Kiss the Girl, he asked what her name is, and he's struggling to figure it out, and then Sebastian helps him figure out that her name is Ariel, and he starts to fall for her more because he loves her name. In the live version, they cut that out. So at the end of the show, he says Ariel, and she says Eric, and I'm like, looking like, How did you know her name? You never asked. He never asked. I was like, what is going on? And then the eels came early. There was no Scuttle doing the wah, wah, wah. The best part of that song. I was like, all the changes that you made are changes that nobody wants. What is going on? Oh, and I lied. I skipped one of the, that scene fired me up. Les Poissons was before Kiss the Girl. So I apologize to John Stamos, or Prince Albert, as he liked to be called. Does he even know what show he's doing? At the end of the song, he says, I should have been Prince Albert. Or, I guess Prince Eric. Like somebody off stage had to whisper into his receiver and tell him, hey, by the way, whatever Albert is, that's not right. It's Eric. He was so bad. He was so bad. I just don't get it. I don't understand why they didn't put any singers in the show at all besides Queen Latifah and Amber Riley. I just don't understand. Well, and the Prince was good too, but like Shaggy and John Stamos are a big part of the show. They were a big part. Les Poissons goes right into a reprise, so he is singing for at least 3 minutes, 4 minutes. You have to have a good singer for that. Okay. But I guess not. It's fine. Whatever. I mean, he looked good, I guess. He had hair. That's the first time I've seen a Chef Louis with hair. Great. So yeah, we go back to Kiss the Girl. Kiss the Girl was boring. Then we get to the last thing. One of the last two things I want to talk about. So they're doing the show, and on the bottom of the screen the whole night they were doing like, well, the Queen Latifah's next. Well, John Stamos is next. Well, Shaggy's next. Whatever. And on this one it said, Ariel and Eric are doing a duet next. Now, if you know the Broadway version at all, there's not a duet for Ariel and Eric. The finale they sing together, but everybody's singing with them. And then there's a quartet that they sing. A quartet, which means 4 people sing throughout the song and they all sing together. Well, in this version, they took the quartet, which is one of the most beautiful songs in the Broadway show, and cut it down to a duet. And the whole time they were singing, I was just looking at my wife like, why did they even do this? What was the point? It was so bad. I mean, now in fairness to Ariel, that was the best she sounded the whole night. That was her best song, because she was so vocally tired, and I think that was an easy song for her to emote and get her emotions out through. So she sounded good, but why even? Why was the point? My wife was just fed up. She just left the room. I was like, what? I can't defend this. This is terrible. So that was another change that I didn't like. And after that, they finished the rest of the movie, and then the live finale bow was them coming out in their wedding. Prince Eric and Ariel coming out in their wedding dress, and his outfit. They come to the front, all the characters who sang in the show take a bow, and then Amber Riley sings Under the Sea, as it should have been from the beginning. She should have sang it every time, no matter what. She should have sang Kiss the Girl. She should have been Sebastian. Or get somebody who can sing. I don't really care who it is, but you had her there. She might as well have done it, because she did a great job with Daughters of Triton. But there were 2 giant songs that everybody knows, Kiss the Girl and Under the Sea, that Shaggy did and stuck a knife through, or claws that he didn't have. He stuck through. Maybe that's why he didn't have them, because he was too busy killing the song with them instead of wearing them. Anyway, it's fine. It's all good. I mean, it is what it is. Overall, it was ambitious. They tried. I don't understand how Disney put out something like this when Fox and NBC have been doing good live musicals for a while now. I mean, it was a ambitious try, because it was a mix. So it is what it is. I just overall didn't enjoy it that much, but I thought it was ambitious. They tried, so. I guess I'll give them credit for that. If you like this video, subscribe to it. Give it a thumbs up. Thank you for listening. If you were in this far, I'll be doing more reviews of soundtracks, things like that. To try to switch things up on the channel a little bit. I'll do some more singing videos too if people like those. But I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on that, and I'll probably do a little Mermaid video just to get the rest of my frustration out soon. So I will talk to you guys later. Board Games to Broadway out.